Motivation will not be lacking in our main event of the evening. David Haye, John Ruiz is on the way. Adam Smith sets it up.
Will our new boxing king cement his position as a major heavyweight force, or will David Haye's dreams be shattered in this intriguing first defence of his WBA belt against the former two-time champion John Ruiz?
I want to go out there and make a real big statement with this fight. I want people to tune in to see what the heavyweight champion deals with John Ruiz like. I want to go out there and really pummel him.
Not too many guys can say they're a heavyweight champion. Not too many guys can say two-time heavyweight champion. Here I am going for my third time.
Haye executed the perfect plan to wrench the crown from huge Russian Nikolai Valuev. But now our former world cruiserweight champion must prove he's a real heavyweight star against the seasoned, solid, well-regarded Ruiz. This is a vital homecoming for our new sporting hero, and a packed M.E.N arena will be glued to the battle.
It's going to be electric, I know it's going to be, and people are going to get a great night's worth of entertainment.
Ruiz has shared a ring with many greats. He split a trilogy with Evander Holyfield and has beaten decent fighters like Hasim Rahman and Andrew Galotta. Only two men have totally dominated Ruiz. David Tua blew him away in just 19 seconds, but that was a lifetime ago. And then Roy Jones brilliantly outboxed him with speed.
Not too many guys who get off the ground and pick themselves up and become heavyweight champions. So, I managed to do that, and I feel honestly blessed.
Will Haye elect for a mixture of skills and power? But what if the going gets tough, as it does in virtually every Ruiz fight?
I've got to go out there and do what I do best, and that's land crisp, hard punches from the start.
So much is out there for Haye, with the mega matches against brothers Vitali and Vladimir Klitschko looming on the horizon. An emphatic display against John Ruiz will be a real Easter treat for British fans, but David Haye might have to take big risks to make a big statement.
I feel so good in this fight that I know that I'm going to come out a winner.
I have to produce the goods. This is pressure, but I thrive under pressure.
There is real pressure, Glenn, isn't there?
Oh, it's a massive fight, his biggest fight to date. He's really going to try and prove that he deserves to be there, that he's got credit for his win. And, it's a tough challenge.
How tough a challenge is it going to be for David Haye?
John Ruiz brings experience, he brings durability and real boxing ability. He does nothing spectacular, but he does everything he does very well and very professionally. And he's
the occasion will be coming on Haye now, won't it? He'll hear the crowd. He'll be in his dressing room, be in his ear right now.
It's a bit like a duck on water, really. His legs are, he's feeling it. He looks calm, but he's not. He's really feeling the pressure now, I'm sure.
How different a fight is this going to be to the Nikolai Valuev, the David and Goliath fight, Johnny?
Tactics are going to be totally different. Remember, everybody took the same tactics against Valuev, tried to take it to him, tried to outbeat him, tried to outbox him. Valuev beat them all. David Haye used brain as well as brawn, got in, got out, used fitness, used physique, and used speed. And that's what is a problem for Ruiz, and that's what will be a problem for any opponent that fights David Haye on form, and he's on form.
Patience was a key in this fight. I mean, he really just waited his chance, pickpocketed the decision here, knew when he had to fight and when he had to move, and did it to perfection. And I'm sure his tactics are going to be very different for this
He needs a plan B though, doesn't he? He says he's going to come out all guns blazing, but he needs to do something else as well.
I don't think that's a plan B. He said before, his plan A is what he's going to work on. His plan A is to take the fight to him, to use his speed, but in an aggressive way, and try and get the big punches on as quick as he can, and take Ruiz by surprise.
I don't think he'll come up blasting, Johnny. I think he'll box the first few rounds. I think he'll look to land a good few hard blows. But
this man will not be phased.
I had a quick word with Adam Booth when he came in. I know we were surprised at Ruiz's words of saying Haye's a runner. That is the worst thing they could think if that's all they've looked at his performance against Valuev. This man here has boxed from Mississippi to New York, from Germany to Mexico. He knows the score. He knows what he has to do.
Glenn, the shirt has finally come off. What do you see there?
He looks trim, he looks in good shape. They've obviously done the work. The benefits are obvious. If he can win this, he's a 3-time world champion. You know, he goes down in history. It's fantastic. Everything's there to fight for. You know, you're going to hope he's going to go there and give it his best.
Will he be looking for the off switch on that man's chin, David Haye's chin?
Well, I'm sure he'll try to. He'll test it. Of course he will. You know, he's got to hit his opponent and hit him hard to deter David Haye. But he won't have faced anybody with such speed as David Haye, that's for sure.
The hand could be a problem.
The hand, if you're a big hitter, yes, the hand can be a problem. But if Ruiz takes it to David Haye, he'll walk straight onto the big shots that David Haye has. He's not the lightest heavyweight puncher.
They're singing his name, 20,000 of them, here at a packed M.E.N. in Manchester. The WBA World Heavyweight title fight, David Haye against John Ruiz, is on the way next. What a day of sport it's been here in Manchester. Manchester United, Chelsea by day, boxing history by night. The first heavyweight world title fight on British soil for 10 years is moments away. Our MC is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the bout you've all been waiting for, the heavyweight championship of the world. Please welcome the boxers as they make their way to the ring. First, introducing the challenger and #1 contender from the United States, John Ruiz.
Well, Chelsea already big winners in Manchester today. Can the man from Chelsea, Massachusetts, make it a second away win in the day's second heavyweight confrontation? John Ruiz tonight bidding to become WBA heavyweight champion for a third time, and in that respect he would be matching the likes of Muhammad Ali and Evander Holyfield in boxing history. Ruiz, an old school hard man who's been around the top for 10 years now. He's won, lost and drawn in a trilogy with Evander Holyfield. He had Holyfield on the floor, amiable and dignified out of the ring, but in it horrible to fight, very resilient, and knows how to score big wins in heavyweight title fights.
Yeah, but Ruiz, he's never been exceptional in any one department of the game. He's had to work hard to learn his trade, and he spent 18 years doing that. No glaring weaknesses in his style. He's not the quickest in the world, he's not the biggest puncher, but he's an all-round fighter, and he's hard as nails. He knows this is going to be his last chance. He's already a two-time champion. This would be a dream come true, and we know they call him the quiet man, but he'll be giving it everything tonight.
He likes to run to the ring, John Ruiz. He's 38 now, but he says he feels 28. And for his last couple of fights, maybe significantly, he's been weighing a lot less under new trainer Miguel Diaz, looking to shed the old ugly style that sometimes didn't win him too many popularity contests. He's been made very welcome in Manchester this week, but Haye is planning to end that warm welcome right here tonight, and maybe David Haye too. It's a bit of a master of psychology. It's emerging. He's going to keep him waiting here. Champions, right?
Yeah, well, if you're a champion, you want to behave like a champion, keep them waiting, and they're just building the tension. A tremendous atmosphere we have here tonight. This is going to be a fabulous night in British boxing.
just gives the impression all the time, doesn't he, David Haye, that he loves this business at the moment. Nerveless, fearless, just longing for the opportunity to strut his stuff in front of his home fans, having won the title away from home. But it's a big job tonight, and I think some people have maybe underestimated how big a job it could possibly turn into.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the defending world champion from London, David Haye.
Well, there's a fevered atmosphere in here as this 20,000 crowd watches these pictures beamed around the arena of the Haymaker's power, which has travelled up with him by the looks of things from the cruiserweight division. He intends to make John Ruiz feel that power tonight, maybe early on in the fight. There's the big punch that had Nikolai Valuev, the big Russian giant, tottering in Nuremberg as Haye won the WBA crown on a famous night. That was a hit-and-run raid, really, on a man 7 stones heavier. Tonight, I think you'll see the return of a gunslinger. And still he keeps Ruiz waiting.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the M.E.N. Arena here in the heart of Manchester, England for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Adam Booth for Haymaker Boxing in association with Golden Boy Promotions and Sauerland Event, and presented live and exclusive by Sky Box Office HD. This bout is sanctioned by the World Boxing Association. The president is Gilberto Mendoza, supervisor Aurelio Fiengo, along with the British Boxing Board of Control. The steward in charge is Charles Giles. Our timekeepers at the bell and keeping count of the knockdowns tonight, Barry Pinder and Gary Grennan. And introducing to you our 3 judges scoring from ringside. From South Africa, Stanley Christodoulou. From the United States, Hubert Earle. And from Denmark, Ove Ovesen. And our third man of the ring, the referee in charge, hailing from Panama, Guillermo Perez. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Heavyweight Championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Manchester, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with white lettering and hailing from Chelsea, Massachusetts in the United States. He weighed in at 16 stones, 7 pounds, In a career that spans nearly 18 years, his record stands at 44 wins, 8 losses and 1 draw, with 1 no contest and 30 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, in his 11th World Heavyweight Championship bout, he is currently ranked the #1 contender. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2-time WBA Heavyweight Champion of the world, introducing John the Quiet Man Ruiz. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner. Entering the ring wearing the colors of the Union Jack, he hails from Bermondsey, London, England. He weighed in at 15 stone, 12 pounds. With a record of 23 wins and 1 defeat, he has 21 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former Unified Cruiserweight World Champion, tonight making the first defense of his newly earned title. Please welcome the popular and hard-hitting WBA Heavyweight Champion of the world, introducing the Haymaker, David Haye!
Amazing reception for David Haye.
Once
He's
again,
really taken off as a major star.
Guillermo Perez now to give instructions.
Referee from Panama.
Okay, wait, good fight. Okay, David, good fight. Shock your guantes.
Short and sweet. We're ready to go, and the first few minutes of this fight might be very instructive because David Haye might be looking here to let John Ruiz feel his power. I must say Ruiz looks all business, pacing up and down like a caged tiger beforehand. He's ready to go. And here we go. David Haye's first defense of his WBA heavyweight title. How much does Ruiz have left at the age of 38? Does he still have the drive and desire?
Well, he started well, Ruiz. He marched to the centre of the ring for the introductions. We reckoned he would go for this, and he's going for it early.
Oh, what a right hand! And down goes Ruiz. What a punch that is! In the opening half a minute from David Haye. There's the Haymaker. He's staggering. I'm not sure he knows completely where he is. Haye might take him out in one here. This so resilient man who's only ever been stopped once, and that was 14 years ago, is in massive trouble. Another right hand round the back of the head, he says, but he's down again.
4, 5, 6.
He's not recovered, Reg. His eyes are all over the place. He's in bad shape. I think he's going to be warning him for punching behind the neck.
A rabbit
At one point, he may also give Ruiz time to recover. No, he hasn't. That's good news for David Haye.
Well,
he actually should have done.
That might be crucial that he did. It was a rabbit punch. But look at his power here. He's feeling the Haye power. If Haye wants to send a message round the world, he may be in the process of doing it. Not many people do this to John Ruiz. David Tua did back in 1996.
Ruiz's legs have gone. They're made of lead at the moment, so there'll be no punches in his punches. Haye can do pretty much as he pleases here. There won't be much coming back.
He'll do well to get through this opening round. More heavy shots. He's not missing, is he here? David Haye. He's shown John Ruiz very early just how hard he hits. Hard to believe this is an ex-cruiserweight. The power has travelled up with him.
Unbelievable power. That right hand that caused the first knockdown. Tremendous punch. That would have finished most heavyweight boxers. That shows you how tough Ruiz is. Going to get through this opening round. 45 seconds still to go. Incredible if he manages to do that.
Such an explosive start to the fight. How is Ruiz still there? He's been on the floor twice, but once from a rabbit punch. He's trying to get his gloves up. He needs to get through the first round. He comes back with a left hand. Maybe a little sign that the head is clearing.
Legs are still looking leaden. There's no movement. He started positively but walked right on to a tremendous bomb. Still going for it though. What a warrior this man Ruiz is.
Tremendous pride, tremendous heart. Ruiz, he hasn't been a two-time WBA champion for nothing. He's the man who keeps bouncing back. But my goodness, Harry will have to bounce back in this fight. He's starting to do it. Lands with the right hand and then punches after the bell. What an incident-packed opening round that was. Well, Haye announced himself in this fight with this right hand.
What a punch that was. I mean, he didn't even wind the punch up. He was actually moving back and drew Ruiz onto it. I'll be honest, the way he went down, I thought that was all over. It's a testament to this man's toughness. These were rabbit punches for the second knockdown. So the referee counted there, but he really shouldn't have done, because he should have warned Haye for the rabbit punch and given Ruiz time to recover. He didn't, which I thought would be crucial. But Ruiz managed to get himself through the round anyway, and that's the point deduction.
So Haye with a point off. The round would have normally been scored 10-7 because of two knockdowns, but the second knockdown was an illegal one, although it was counted, so unravel that one.
It shouldn't be called a knockdown if it was an illegal punch that caused it, but let's worry about that later.
So that might be academic, the way this has started. Round two.
You would think Ruiz would have his hands up a little bit higher as he comes forward, but he wants this title, you can see that.
Well, the word from Ruiz's training camp is that he's prepared long and hard and is absolutely cherry ripe. But he was caught cold by Haye's big right hand, but showed one or two signs towards the end of that last round that his head was beginning to clear. And Evander Holyfield said about him, he hits harder than you think, Ruiz.
And he's getting close to Haye and he's getting punches off now. We really felt this would be all over in the opening round. Tremendous that he managed to get him through that crisis.
Now he's beginning to come forward. Incredible, really, isn't it? Jolting jab from Haye, who might even yet have to be involved in a long, hard, heavyweight night.
Well, he's pushing Haye back, trying to take some of the power away, but we've seen that Haye can deliver that power from any angle in any situation.
Oh, lovely right hand again. Ruiz took that. He was hurt by it, stunned by it, but he kept on ploughing forward. He's slow and he's ponderous, but he can drag you into an ugly quicksand of a fight if you let him, Ruiz.
Good movement from Haye there though. And Ruiz is more lumbering than usual because he still must be feeling the effects of those punches, particularly the right hand that landed about half a minute ago. It was a beauty.
Haye, younger, fresher, with the edge in power. We've seen it already. Can he make all that count? Well, this guy has been there so many times.
Well, if we questioned what would his desire be like at the age of 38, well, I think he's answered that question in fine style. Still trying to get close, trying to walk Haye down.
It really did look as if it was going to be all over in round one. But Ruiz has made a quite impressive recovery.
That in itself is down to the condition the man's in. You throw the effects of punches quicker if you're in the best of shape, and he must be in tremendous shape. Just been picked off as he comes forward, Ruiz, but as expected, hasn't stopped trying to get himself back into this.
Keep it clean, clean, clean. Right. All right? Giving nothing away now. Give less away than you gave in that last round. Cool. Walking forward.
Well, that's so another right hand there that would have been a finisher with most heavyweights. Again, it's testament to how tough this guy is, that not only did he take that punch, but he continued to attack.
Round three. Worth remembering, this is only the fourth fight at heavyweight that David Haye has had, having been an undisputed champion at cruiserweight with that 2-round demolition of Enzo Maccarinelli. Weighing a heaviest ever, 15 stone 12 pounds tonight. Ruiz working well with the jab and letting the right hand go. Good work there from this man who was the first Latino world heavyweight champion.
Haye has never been in with someone who's taken these shots full-blooded, still there and still coming back at him. This is something new for David Haye to cope with. Usually when he lands his best shots, I suppose you could say Carl Thompson, but that was a long time ago. So it's a long time since I had to cope with this. Good start from this round for Ruiz.
Great right hand again. Look at the speed of Haye. That's something else very much in his favour. He's kept his cruiserweight speed and his cruiserweight power.
And I think he's bust up Ruiz's nose. You can see the blood coming from the nose. That will no doubt affect his breathing. But the thing is, this man's so experienced, he won't let anything distract. Unless Haye lands that one big right hand that he simply cannot take.
I think you can see the level of determination that John Ruiz has brought to the argument tonight. Tremendous effort to get off the floor from that very first right hand. Great jabs by Haye tonight.
Yeah, he's timing the punches so well, getting the punches off, then getting himself back out of there, just waiting for the opportunities to unload the right hand again. Quality boxing, perfect tactics.
Just a little leer on the face of Haye. He always looks as if he's enjoying it in there, enjoying the battle, chance to pit his wits. This is what he dreamt of as long ago as an 8-year-old at school.
Ruiz not making so many mistakes now. I think that the power, I think even John Ruiz has to think, I can't take too many. Look at those
tremendous shots, combinations from Haye. Ruiz nods and gets on with it again. Some punches here that were taken down the walls of a city from Haye, but Ruiz is still there in front of him. He looks one of the fastest heavyweights since Ali, doesn't he, Haye?
Yeah, well, he's an athlete, he's a natural athlete, and as he's come up to the heavyweight division, he's kept that athleticism and tremendous power.
Good little burst from Ruiz right at the end of the round, but some eye-catching stuff from Haye in that round. Maybe just a bit of facial damage accruing. Certainly for Ruiz. Big jab on the nose, I think, caused that.
Yeah, Ruiz taking everything that's coming his way and just marching right back up to the plate again. That's the shot that I reckon could even have broken his nose. I think his nose has been broken before, but quite possible that one's done it again, and it's bled ever since.
You can jab like that all night long, but you've got to believe me, you can jab like that all night long. Barrier, long, keep walking him into it. It's numbing him. It's numbing him badly. When you load up and he rolls underneath it.
Keep nice and still. Shut your eye, Dave. Just shut your eye. Shut it.
Adam Booth, the main trainer, and that's Mick Williamson, who worked with Ricky Hatton, of course, on the cuts as well. Back to work, round 4. Haye wanted to make a statement in the first 3 rounds. I think he did that. But he has to cope with the fact that psychologically he's thrown a lot of his best shots, but Ruiz still looks pretty strong.
You can't imagine he can continue to take these punches so cleanly. The thing is, he's getting close now and he's getting some punches off. And Haye never really been tested at heavyweight.
It's worth remembering that earlier on in his career, Ruiz, who got some of the right hand there, was down twice against Andrew Gallotta, still won, got off the floor, won the fight.
But Haye is boxing so cleverly here, just keeping the right amount of space between himself and Ruiz, and Ruiz stretches with that jab in a position to counter.
Just waiting for him to make a mistake. Cat and mouse almost from Haye. Look at him just going backwards. keeping a range, and he's looking for fast punches once Ruiz commits himself. Like that. That's beautiful. Beautifully picked, that left hand.
Yeah, executing the plan perfectly. He's been told to use the jab. Just any opportunity to bring the right hand into play, but don't get drawn in to a war. This is just perfect boxing from Haye at the moment.
Just mixing it up, isn't he? Smart boxing and quick, powerful punches. Now Ruiz has got closer, lands with a right hand to the body in there. That's where Ruiz would like to get him, in the corners if he could.
Yeah, he's got to rough him up, but he can't pin him down. He should be walking across Haye as opposed to following him around the ring. He should be stepping to the side, trying to manoeuvre him, which you would imagine he would have learned in 18 years as a pro, but he's not. He's just following Haye around the ring.
The right hand from Ruiz, and another one too. Haye didn't get out of the way of that one. He was strapped on the ropes for that. Good work from the American-based heavyweight.
This is probably the best little spell Ruiz has had.
He's getting a bit closer, isn't he?
Yep, and getting punches home. Haye's head movement is not good. When Ruiz gets close, he's been stepping out of range. A lot of punches landed from Ruiz in this round. Haye, good quality shots, but not an awful lot of them.
He's gone a bit sleepy in this round. Ruiz has just outworked him, I think, in that session.
Take nice and still, boy. Take a deep breath.
Could be a stamina test for Haye tonight as well.
Well, the fight is now becoming a little bit more gruelling than most people expected and most people thought, certainly after the opening round. Ruiz is getting close now, but not only that, he's finding the target as well. Haye breathing very, very heavily at the end of the round here. He must be in great shape, so out of breath is different from being tired. But I wonder, are doubts creeping in yet?
Haye's landed 54 to Ruiz's 38. Both of them headhunting by the look of that. It's worth remembering John Ruiz in his career has been Hasim Rahman, Tony Tucker, Andrew Gallotta, Jamil McCline, Fraser Kendo, Kirk Johnson. It's a good list of heavyweights of recent vintage. And of course Evander Holyfield as well in one of their 3 fights.
Good right hand from Ruiz right at the start of the round. Well, as you can see, a man who is not easily discouraged. We wondered, did he come here for the pension job? No, he's here for the title. Lovely punching from Haye.
Oh, right hand, then left hand from Haye. Sent the sweat spraying from the head of Ruiz. He can't cope with Haye's speed. There's another one. Terrific combination punching, then a body shot from David Haye, almost as if to say, feel this, how much of this do you want? Well, usually with Ruiz the answer is he'll take any amount of it and argue with you all night long.
Well, Haye proving there that he can stand with a heavyweight. He has moved into the heavyweight division and he's grown into it.
Fascinating fight. Had a feeling that Ruiz was ready for a big battle here, and it looks that way. He's taken all of Haye's punches. And he keeps on coming at you.
Nothing that Haye has done yet has discouraged him. Incredible fighter, John Ruiz.
Watch the use of the elbows. Little warning there for Ruiz from the referee. It's been a good fight this though. Much more action already tonight than we saw in Nuremberg in that, chess match against Nikolai Valuev.
Yeah, Haye found his rhythm again. Ruiz not getting as close, not getting so many punches off here. His jab working, his movements working again. I just can't get the enthusiasm out of this fellow.
I have to say, Miguel Diaz, the new trainer for John Ruiz, has done a terrific job with him. He's letting his punches go much more in this phase of his career. None of the ugly mauling and holding we saw from him. He's trying to make this a fight, isn't he?
Yep, the referee hasn't been involved. Part, I suppose, from the points deduction, but it's been good, free-flowing action here. But Haye boxing really well again in this round.
And always with that blinding hand speed to help him. What he's got to be careful of is that he doesn't let the work rate drop and that Ruiz can then take over and win the battle of the jabs. That's what happened in the last round.
Well, Ruiz's pace has dropped a little bit too, as you would imagine. Getting the right hand home, Ruiz. But good round from here. Lovely shot.
And he's down again. He's claiming it's another rabbit punch. He's claiming it's a rabbit punch. That might be gamesmanship. It looked a good shot. Down for the third time in the fight. Up at 7, Ruiz.
Is that the punch that knocks the desire out of John Ruiz? Is that maybe just the last little bit away from him?
The bell has gone somewhere amid all of that. Nobody heard it. Jim didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. I don't think the crowd did. Luckily the ref did.
Si no tiras vos, él te casa porque él no tira nada si vos no tirás ya. Tenés que tirar, tenés que rifártela.
Well, just when Ruiz felt maybe he was getting a little foothold, that's what a champion does. Puts you on the seat of your pants. He complained, but he was already down before the rabbit punch landed. That was the punch that put him over. Okay, there was a punch landed behind the head because Ruiz was on his way to the floor. Tremendous stuff from David Haye.
Okay, ¿me entendiste ya?
Ruiz was saying in the build-up to this fight, in all honesty, America doesn't know or care about David Haye yet. I think he'll send a message to America if he stops Ruiz tonight.
Yeah, but this is exactly the kind of fight that we once seen over there. This is showing that he is a true heavyweight.
Round 6 on a dramatic night here at the M.E.N arena, which has seen so many dramatic nights, like Ricky Hatton's coronation against Kostya Tszyu, among many, many others. Calzaghe, Nigel Benn, Steve Collins, Nassim Hamed, they've all been here. It's Haye's first fight in this city.
Ruiz trying to walk across Haye a little bit more now, trying to corner him, manoeuvre him.
Crowd bursting into song here. They're proud that they've got an English world heavyweight champion in David Haye. They want him to keep that title. They think he's in charge of this fight. But I tell you something, all the time Ruiz is in there, he's a danger. Oh, lovely right hand on the counter. Fantastic shot that was from Haye, real class. Again he claims a rabbit punch. Goes down for the 4th time.
6, 7.
I think this is gamesmanship from Ruiz now. He's trying to get another point deducted and claim it's an illegal knockdown. But Haye, the hand speed and the power is getting it done for him here now. Haye's gum shield's come out in all of that.
I think he came out over in his own corner. He should maybe signal. We don't want to signal for the referee because he's one punch away here.
Really loading up with big, heavy jackhammer shots here now. David Haye, he wants to take Ruiz out of this argument once and for all. Referee steps in, the gum shield will be put back in. Crowd boo, I don't think they realise what happened. That gum shield had been out for quite a while. You have to do that. I think Ruiz is going to gamble now.
Well, I think he's been gambling all night long. He's never stopped coming forward, trying to come through the punches. He knows he can't outbox Haye. What a performance. Haye has been tremendous, but you can't give Ruiz anything but full credit for this effort.
Well, it looks like he's got over the most recent blitz as well, doesn't he? He's been on the floor here, John Ruiz. But he's going to keep on trying to take it to David Haye. and hope that the Brit will run out of gas somehow. Now the right hand, blurring hand speed Haye has. He's lightning and he's exciting.
Looking for the body as well now, Haye. I mean, at 38 you would imagine Ruiz maybe not as tough around the midsection as he once was. He's pushing him back now, really taking control.
There goes the bell to end the round. Well, I'll tell you something, the Klitschko's maybe ahead of David Haye in the world rankings. He holds the WBA version, but there is no more exciting heavyweight to watch in world boxing than David Haye. I think that's beyond dispute.
Well, that's what we believed when he came into the heavyweight division. Tonight he proves it. See, that was the shot bang on the chin, and Ruiz turns away from the punches and then complains about rabbit punching. Okay, the punches were not on target, that one was, and the knockdown punch was, and they weren't heavy punches anyway. I think he's just looking for things to complain about now, which obviously is a good sign.
Well, look at this, a 40% success rate in a heavyweight title fight. Now that might not sound much to casual viewers who don't tune into boxing too often. Believe me, that's really high.
Same sounds, round 7.
Into the second half of the fight. Haye's only gone beyond 6 rounds 5 times in his career. That's usually because the power has got his opponent out of there by that point.
And his reflexes are so good, he hasn't taken a punch on the chin. He's been caught by shots obviously, but never clearly on the chin. He just pulls away that split second early.
Apparently from the Ruiz corner the word was one more round, so are they preparing to pull him out of it? If he has that message, maybe he's really going to try to take it to Haye in this session to see if he can break him.
If Ruiz was a young fighter, I'd be thinking about pulling him out of there, because this could have a lasting effect for the rest of your career. But he's coming towards the end of his career. He may want to stick in there and just see it out. I don't know what his feelings are, but it wouldn't be a bad idea for the corner to pull him out.
At times in there tonight, Haye's looked like $1 million. Crowd are loving it too, but he hasn't completed the job yet. You just wonder, don't you, has Britain here got a successor to Lennox Lewis, who stayed around at the top despite a couple of defeats for a decade, and then knew the right time to get out as well.
He just keeping the range where it should be, just at arm's length. Ruiz can't get close to mess him about, to drag him into a brawl. Just been picked off as he comes forward.
He's setting little traps in there, isn't he, David Haye, for Ruiz? Lovely right hand again, he can't get his head out the way. And wasting so little, David Haye here. It's as we hoped, the becoming champion has given him something else again.
Well, we knew he would want to put a show on tonight, and he couldn't have put on a better show. Tremendous.
Ruiz nailed him with a body shot in there, but he's quickly out of that corner. In the corners, on the ropes, that's not where Haye wants to be. On the outside, he's the boss with his speed. And there hasn't been one ugly John Ruiz maul tonight.
I think he would have enjoyed making this, turning this into a maul or a brawl, but he hasn't allowed it because he's backed off out of there, not allowed him to make it messy.
Another cleverly devised strategy from Adam Booth, you'd have to say. They've worked long and hard, they've watched the tapes, they've come up with this, and they've stopped Ruiz doing what he likes to do. He's bossing the fight here, Haye. Well, they were threatening to pull him out after one more round, but they reckon he did well enough in that last session. There's Miguel Diaz on the left, been around boxing forever works corners all over the world. His professional career rather shorter than that of John Ruiz. He fought once as a pro, 1 win and quit. Training was his game, and cuts, does the lot. 8th round, here we go. Back out to work. David Haye with a big lead beyond dispute, with the knockdowns accentuating his advantage still further. How much has been knocked out of Ruiz, do you think, Jim?
Well, there's no obvious signs that he's given up on it, but I mean, it shouldn't take too many punches like that. You would imagine if he just opened up with a combination of punches, put 4, 5, 6 punches together, maybe that would finish the job. He's pot shotting with real powerful single shots. I feel if he began putting them together, he could put an end to this.
Maybe he'll just wait in the way that Lennox Lewis always used to, till he feels he's softened up Ruiz sufficiently.
Well, I think he feels he can finish the job with 1 shot, and that way he's not getting involved, not taking risks. So this is a sensible way to do it. And the crowd are loving every minute of it.
Well, Haye said in every interview in the build-up to this fight he couldn't see Ruiz lasting the full 12 rounds with him. But I tell you something, Ruiz lasts the full 12 rounds with nearly everybody. Cracking right hand again, beautifully picked by Haye, chopping right hand.
See, Haye not having to do too much work at the moment because Ruiz has just slowed down that little bit, not offering the same threat he was doing earlier. A good left hook from Haye.
Just bounced off the chin, didn't it, of Ruiz? How did he take that? Hardly blinked. Came back with something of his own. Lands with a right hand. Haye quick to get himself out of trouble over there. Oh, what a big right hand. Again, Ruiz took that. That was a thunderous punch. That would have knocked down many a heavyweight.
We've seen a dozen finishing punches tonight that would have knocked out most heavyweights in the game, and Ruiz is still there, still coming forward. No praise too high for the effort this man's put in.
Well, he's made it a spectacular night out, I think, for all the fans who've paid to watch this fight. Wherever you may be watching, Haye promised fireworks. I think he's delivered. Speed again, a huge factor as it's been in so many of the big fights of the last couple of years. David Haye puts another round in the bank. Some of his work tonight has been spectacular.
Yep, all Ruiz is doing now is just carrying on with the job, trying to see it out. I wonder if he'll be thinking about pulling him out of there. It would be a wise decision. There are no signs he can get himself into this fight. He's taken some thunderous punches. His reputation is enhanced. It's well safe. He's earned his money. Wouldn't it be nice just to get him out of there? But he has his pride, and probably that's what's keeping him in there, keeping him going forward the way he's doing here, trying to make a fight of this.
Shut your eye, Dave. At the end, you sheltered and caught him with the right hand off. Right. Believe in that style and mix the sharp moves up with it.
Round 9.
Very close, that team. Adam Booth, David Haye, John Ruiz in the black trunks. Coming out again here for round 9. Of course, it's due to go 12. The World Heavyweight Championship, as recognised by the World Boxing Association, is on the line here.
I did think Ruiz would have been better at manoeuvring Haye. I mean, he's just following him round again. You think he'd be walking from side to side, try to back him into the corner, back him against the ropes. Lovely jab there from Haye. Haye just too good for him in every department.
Just a bit marked up around the face, you'd understand that from John Ruiz now. He's like a tank, isn't he? He just trundles forward. He only has one gear.
And it's certainly not reverse, is it?
That's correct. He doesn't mind that though. His battle plan has been spot on. He has to keep his concentration now.
Hey. First little sign that he thinks this could go the distance, and he's just popping the punches now. They probably let powerful shots go just sparingly now. The world heavyweight title's at stake here. It's in the bag. Don't do anything silly.
Yeah, there's a professional job to do. This is the 11th heavyweight championship fight that Ruiz has fought. Previous 10, he's won 4, lost 4, 1 draw against Holyfield, and a no contest when he was actually beaten by James Toney, but then Toney failed a drug test afterwards. Speed has often beaten him before, Ruiz. Oh, tremendous punches. Right hand, then a left. He's in reverse this time, Ruiz, and they're going to put the towel in. It's over. David Haye is still the WBA heavyweight champion of the world. He's still reigning in Manchester. And tonight, he was sizzling. He sent out a message there that will reverberate around world boxing. Ruiz is stopped for only the second time in an 18-year pro career, and for the first time in 14 years.
Well, we reckon that David Haye would inject some life into a poor heavyweight division. He's certainly done that. He will be huge now.
There's his mum and dad. Look at that. Oh, how proud are they? The former Boy Scout who used to knock out all the bullies around the Bermondsey area. It's still got that power, and John Ruiz doesn't half know it.
Well, David Haye proved everything tonight. Any lingering doubts that anyone could have had have gone. He is a true heavyweight champion. Tremendous performance.
There's his wife Natasha, and they've got a little boy whose name is Cassius Haye. How about that?
Well, we can imagine who his hero is, but he is a hero tonight. Wise decision from the corner. They could have made that decision at any time over the last 2 or 3 rounds. No point allowing this to go further. These were hurtful punches. These are punches that could have a lasting effect. He's a 38-year-old man, given everything he had, no signs there were any hope he could get himself into this fight. Look at these punches bouncing off his head. Thankfully, Miguel Diaz had seen enough. It wasn't enough for a referee to stop the fight because it was still competitive, but thankfully Miguel Diaz decided enough was enough.
He was on the floor 4 times, once illegally from a rabbit punch, but Haye really shone here tonight. And I tell you something, there's going to be a queue a mile long, surely, to get on a fight between one of the Klitschko brothers and David Haye. There's the moment that Miguel Diaz waved the white towel. Enough. He's good, isn't he?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 2 minutes, 1 second in round number 9. Our referee in charge, Guillermo Perez, recognizes the corner and stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout, and still the WBA heavyweight champion of the world, the Haymaker, David Haye.
Glenn McCrory, how impressive was that?
It was terrific, absolutely terrific. He proved tonight he's a genuine heavyweight, he's a genuine champion, and he deserves to be top of the heavyweight tree.
Has he sent out a message to the world there, Nicky Piper?
Well, you know, anybody watching that couldn't fail to be impressed by that performance. It was a brilliant performance, and he predicted a late stoppage. It was tactically perfect, he boxed beautifully, and I don't think we can really fault him in any way.
The towel was thrown in. It was right that it was thrown in at that stage.
It was so right. Davey started to beat him up. Wicked performance, clever, used his brain, didn't just jump on him, use the speed, use the power, that big right hand over the top. Well, every time he hit Ruiz, he was in trouble.
And 20,000 go home thoroughly entertained.
Oh, what a crowd, they absolutely loved it, lived every minute of it.
Let's hear from him ringside with Adam Smith.
David Haye, an emphatic, electric performance to defend your world heavyweight title. You also predicted the late stoppage. Did it go according to plan all the way?
No, not quite according to plan. I knew it was going to be tough. I knew when I did land my bombs, I would hurt him, but I knew he's not the type of guy to get knocked spark out. You know, I punched pretty hard, but over the years he's developed a serious durability, and I knew it would go something like that. I didn't anticipate getting hit as much as I did doing that fight, but credit to John Ruiz. You don't have that many fights in 11 world title fights if you get hit easily, and he's got a good offense as well. And you know, everyone said John Ruiz wasn't an exciting fighter, but I believe I'm the most exciting heavyweight in the world, and even against John Ruiz I can make it exciting.
Yeah, David too, the only man to stop him all those years ago. Looked like you would though in that first round, but what a chin. How durable was he?
He was durable. You know, I rushed my shots a little bit. Even when I was doing it, I knew I shouldn't have been doing what I was doing. I think I could have got him out in the first round if I'd have took my time, but you know, he's an experienced guy, so I'll give him the credit. You know, training went well. I felt sharp, I felt fast. I didn't get I got cut in sparring about a month ago, so I had to stop my sparring quite early. I did a little nick, it reopened from a little shot, but you know, I didn't get the timing in the last 2-3 sort of fourth and third week. But you know, all credit to John Ruiz. I enjoyed the fight, I enjoyed the crowd, and at no stage in that fight did I feel like I was losing. You know, I got a couple of points taken off him in the back of the head, which is quite fair enough. It was a bit of a cheap shot by me, but you know, my adrenaline was pumping, and I got the job done.
It looked like it with the speed and the jab, a successful homecoming. Where do we go from here? Can we tempt the Klitschko brothers into some unifications?
I think so. You got to look at their last couple of opponents, pretty boring. Eddie Chambers came in looking grossly out of shape. You know, so did Chris Arreola the other day. Them guys I think are a disgrace to boxing. You need to come in like an athlete like myself, come in with speed, agility, you know, punch variety. I think I've got it all, and I just want to prove myself against the best guys.
Do you think you can take both of them out, the Klitschkos?
Definitely, no doubt about it. If I hit them with the same shots I was hitting John Ruiz, both of them two go over.
And a wonderful day for you, the Old Trafford crowd, and here tonight, new star here, David Haye.
One of the best days of my life, going out there in front of 70,000, you know, Manchester and London fans, all came together, all came in here unified, and sort of wanted to wish the British guy to retain his title. They did that without their help. I don't think the fight would have went as smoothly as it did, but I'm just happy, I'm just blessed, and you know, all I want to do is just keep entertaining these good people.
You have tonight. Well done, David. Enjoy it.
And he deserves to enjoy it as well. A lot of the crowd stayed behind, gave him a standing ovation. Job very, very well done for David Haye. Britain still has a world heavyweight champion, David Haye, beating John Ruiz and beating him in style. David Haye shows why he's the most exciting heavyweight around. John Ruiz down 4 times, eventually retired in the 9th round. Haye still the WBA World Heavyweight Champion. We can hear from his coach Adam Booth talking to Adam Smith.
Adam Booth, you got the high school tactical plan right out in Germany in Nuremberg against Nikolai Valoev. Did that one go according to plan?
No, it didn't go according to plan about 4 weeks ago because he couldn't spar, he got cut. And I think that showed tonight because his defensive stuff was non-existent. If you compare his defence against Valoev to his defence tonight, he was bouncing off the ropes into shots, and David never does that, and so it became a much harder and a much more entertaining fight than I hoped it would be because of the lack of sparring.
What was the key? The jab, the speed, the timing, not to let Ruiz get close?
Listen, David's got a good boxing brain, he's got fantastic genetics. We knew that the low hand jab would work against John Ruiz because you can't see it coming, and it kept numbing him, and all he had to do was keep doing that and give nothing away when John wanted to rush him. But of course he gave a few sloppy shots away and got drawn into a bit more of a brawl than I wanted.
Exciting for the fans. How proud are you of David's performance?
To perform like that and to have no doubts that he was going to go ahead with this fight even through the difficult times in training, I've got a lot more respect for him now than before this fight, and to give an entertaining fight and the homecoming in front of this crowd, it's a real buzz.
Vitaly or Vladimir Klitschko, can they happen, and when will they happen?
To be honest, I don't care at the moment. We want to go away, have a rest, make sure David's okay, and then come back in a few weeks' time and we'll see what the options are.
Thanks, Adam.
Sounds like David Haye's going to get a bit of a telling off after that great performance, Johnny.
Well, you know what? I can see what Adam was looking at. Sometimes his right hand was a little bit too low, left him a little vulnerable, and they're looking on perfection, and they know what he can produce in the gym. So I can understand where he's coming from and jump on him, but you've got to give him credit. He used that boxing brain, and if he couldn't prepare the way he wants to, that was just natural raw ability that got him through the fight to stop John Ruiz.
Glenn, it looked like it all might be over in as early as the first round.
It certainly did. He couldn't have gotten a better start, and it just showed what he brings from the cruiserweight division, that speed and that pinpoint accuracy. And you know, we've seen him throw this combination before, and just straight through the middle, the left and the right, just slightly moving away, and Ruiz coming onto him, but we thought it was all going to be over then, because that was beautiful punches, and it looked like the first round was going to be all over. He was in desperate trouble, Ruiz, and then just bundled to the ground with a couple of right hands.
The referee shouldn't have counted there, because he gave it as a foul punch in the end, so you don't count a foul punch as a knockdown. But it was the back of the head.
That was instinct. That was the second round when David had set that shot up and set him up with the jab, coaxed him into it, dummied him with the body, dropped the right hand, and then when he came, instinctively started dropping the big heavy right hand in, because he knew Ruiz couldn't manage it. You see, that was like a time counter what he did there. Dropped the shoulder, brought the right hand back, bang, straight on the forehead, and Ruiz shows his toughness to try and walk through the shots and constantly trying to put David under pressure.
You've got to give so much credit to John Ruiz, because he really made it a very, very entertaining fight of this. Great courage, great chin. You know, he's proved that in a long and fine career. But you know, David Haye at all points was in control with pinpoint, accurate, beautiful punches.
But they mentioned there that David was taking punches more than he should have been. You've got to give John Ruiz credit. He's a world champion twice over. He's a very good boxer with fast hands, and you know, sometimes you make it up. You feel you're not boxing well, but you're actually boxing a very good opponent. But look what David Haye did to him. It was just brilliant.
But they want to go through the fight as you would if it's your fighter and if it's yourself. You don't want to get hit, do you? You want it to be perfection. You want your defense to be and very good. We want to see some action, and we want to see a fight, don't we? So we enjoyed it a bit more than they did.
I'll tell you why I think they went through the fight, because they know what David is naturally capable of doing. Now, if David hasn't sparred for 4 weeks coming up to his first defence of the world heavyweight title, they must have such confidence in his ability, his natural ability, which he showed tonight.
Round 5, even more pressure, more knockdowns.
He just kept finding the gaps. He was on the back foot. Every now and again he'd just do a counter attack with a long right hand, and it would be accuracy and speed. You know, he just can't cope with that. He hadn't even gotten his left hand
those punches were a bit naughty.
Every fighter has a signature shot. His is setting up with a long left jab and then boom, dropping that right hand, and he curves it over like an anchor shot. Yeah, he said it was naughty because he got a little bit
the
too
right hands at the end
yes.
he was just getting carried away a little bit. Obviously, you know, you feel you've hurt your man, you want to get him on the floor, so you're just hitting at anything. But Ruiz was turning over the rope, so he was showing the back of his head. So, you know, it wasn't too intentional.
Ruiz got up, carried on fighting, and carried on doing himself proud.
Well, he did do himself proud, and he took some terrific punches all the way through that contest. But the accuracy and the speed of David Haye, and give him credit, you know, people. I doubted his stamina before this fight, but he came through and was still throwing big shots like this in the 9th round. Great fitness too.
It's like water on stone, constant landings, constant pressure, and the corner saw it. That's why Diaz in the corner threw a towel in before the referee jumped in, because his man was literally getting beaten.
Definitely the right decision by the corner, no doubt about that.
It was so good that, you know, David Haye kept at it. A lot of times when a fighter kept getting up, kept coming at you, you'd lose a bit of heart, and you'd think, right, let's go back to plan B. Let's just outbox. Let's just go for the win on points. But that's not the way he fights. He wants to be entertained. He wants to stop it.
He's got that natural arrogance about him, David, to say, you know what, I'm going to beat you no matter what. If I can't prepare for this right, no matter how much you try and walk back into my shots, I'm going to beat you. And that's what he showed tonight. He showed a really, really good boxing brain.
And it'd be interesting to see what he can do when his preparations go perfectly, Nicky, if they did have these problems with the cut and he couldn't spar.
Well, I mean, we've said how good John Ruiz was and has been tonight, but he's got bigger obstacles there. The Klitschko's are a step above again. He needs to get his training and preparation perfect for those fights.
We thought John Ruiz was good before the fight, but John Ruiz had turned back time, hadn't he? He'd come in great shape. That's the best I've seen him for a long time, and look what Haye did.
We've got to remember, the last time he got stopped was 24-year-olds against David Tuog, and that was 14 years ago. Now David Haye managed to beat the fight out of this man, and he's a gatepost. That's a gatepost to say how good he is.
Well, let's throw forward to what might be for David Haye now. the Klitschkos looming large on the horizon, it would seem.
Well, he's up there. He's the big name. The big fights are there. It's got to be the Klitschkos, hasn't it? This fight, with either one of them, is being tempted. They now will well and truly have the bait. It's which one he gets first.
And his star has been rising and rising and rising, David Haye. He has the potential now to be a world star. America, the doors will be open for him, won't they, after that?
They must have sat up and taken notice tonight of that performance, because it was not only it was decisive, but it was so exciting, and that's what the whole world has been waiting for, an exciting heavyweight to come on the scene. It's like a new Mike Tyson here, and this is what we need in the heavyweight division.
It's what the world is. It's what the sport has been crying out for, Johnny.
He's got charisma, good-looking kid. He's young. You can see he can beat the Klitschko. It's not an impossible task. So therefore, you can see this. You're struggling to see a lot of people really walk through it.
Glenn, Nicky, Johnny, thanks for your company. It's been a fascinating night. If you enjoyed what you've seen this evening, make sure you join us. More heavyweight action coming your way on Friday fight night. Sky Sports HD1. Audley Harrison faces Michael Sprott for the European heavyweight title. Also on the same bill, Darren Barker takes on Afif Belkacem for the European middleweight crown. We're live from the Alexandra Palace in North London. Sky Sports HD1, Friday at 10 o'clock. It's also on Sky Sports 1 as well. Then in the early hours of next Sunday, more world title action as boxing's rising star Andre Berto defends his WBC welterweight crown against Carlos Quintana. That's next Sunday, 2:30 on Sky Sports 1. And you can catch replays of our main event, early hours of Sunday morning, 9 o'clock. Again, lunchtime, 1 o'clock. And again at 7 o'clock on Sky Box Office HD and on Sky Box Office as well. What a day of sport it's been in Manchester. David Haye proves why he's still Lord of the Ring.
Now I'm the champion, I've got to take on all comers, and John Ruiz is first up.
It will be my 7th fight in England. Hopefully the number 7 is a good one in the WBA Heavyweight Championship.
This is going to be more of a traditional slugfest, because he's going to come all guns blazing.
I have a lot of fire inside me, I got a lot of determination, and I just want to go out there and fight. And I know if I fight my fight, I think everything would turn out great.
I'm going to need to smash his body up, uppercuts, hooks, everything.
I'm looking at going out there and doing something dramatic.
I like being the underdog. I like to come in under the radar and go out there and get the big win. I've got to bring up my A game. I bring up my A game, I win the fight easily.
You seem cool, calm and collected though. He's doing the job, he knows he's in good shape. And I'm expecting a tough fight. It's nice to know that I'm representing the whole of Britain now as the heavyweight champion. And that means a lot to me.
It will be an exciting fight. I mean, it's heavy division. Heavy division, anybody can knock out anybody.
You've also come to the power of the haymaker.
More sport, news, views and video highlights at skysports.com.